Okay, we're live.
So that extra batter.
What do you make actually worked? And obviously you needed
The,
that. I was
the
saying there was no
two,
problem with that.
two things have worked in your favor in the last hour. One, this ball is still 16 overs due for the new ball. You have a batting pair which has now added 50 runs for this 8th wicket. Washington Sundar has demonstrated time and again how difficult he is to
Temperament.
dislodge. Karun Nair, after getting to that 50, will have a weight off his shoulders.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, a game that was all England, till about an hour back, is now back on an even keel, and add that Chris Woakes injury.
Shared day?
Shared day more because England is a bowler short.
Yeah.
Chris Woakes will not bowl in the
that-
second innings is more or less the assumption.
Unfortunate for
Very,
England,
very
but
unfortunate.
It looks dislocated.
And he was in tears and pain. So without Chris Woakes, you are actually talking about an attack with a Jamie Overton, except a Gus Atkinson, a Jamie Overton
Spraying it all over.
and Josh Tongue, who bowled 2 good balls
Yeah.
in the entire innings and 2 wickets. The rest
That's
of the
all.
balls were all bogus.
Yeah.
So you are actually talking about a half-done England attack now. And this partnership, if they bat for the next 16 overs, I reckon India can get this up to 275 plus.
Yeah.
All day the ball moved. Even till the last over the ball moved, all day. And because the ball moved all day, I think a score of around 275 odd is quite handy on this track. So I will say England 55, India 45. But the fact that England has won the toss and put India in, they would feel that they should have closed this out.
Oh, absolutely. And now,
Need a pick.
I'm live.
Okay.
Yeah, hi.
Well done.
All the best. Yeah.
okay, so if we talk about England's bowling attack versus India's bowling attack now that you're a Chris Woakes shot, and I remember sitting in that press box when that tumble happened off Chris Woakes, I said immediately, because you know after playing sports for that long, you have an eye for what is the injury going to look like, or what's going on in that injury, and immediately you saw that Chris Woakes' one shoulder was down. So when you lose that balance of your shoulders, you realize that it's dislocated.
It happened because of the wet outfield.
Yeah,
His hand slipped.
And that's the easiest way to sort of dislocate your shoulder.
His hand slipped, and it was very, very unfortunate. That is not the sight you want to see on a sports field.
Yeah.
And because it was a wet outfield, he put his hand there. Otherwise, the tumble wouldn't have happened like that. And he slipped, the hand moved, and the shoulder was gone. Yes, it's the left one, but there's no chance. I mean, I will be mighty surprised if something medical miracle happens and he comes back. I don't see that happening. He's gone.
Shoulder, even
He's gone.
if you put it back, you can't move it. And he won't be able to bat.
And now
he
you're
won't
a bowler
be able
short.
to field, he won't be able to bowl either, because even if it's a non-bowling arm, you still need to raise it over your head for the
Yeah,
for
but
the
imagine
action.
in the second innings, without a Chris Woakes, this bowling attack, you have
That's
an
what I'm saying. That's the point
massive problem.
that I was making, that when you now look at England versus India, the bowling attack, when you talk about a Prasidh Krishna, look at this wicket. There were some deliveries that you're getting, a little bit of unexpected or a little bit juice that you're getting out of it. So Prasidh Krishna comes handy in there. Akash Deep will relish these conditions. He will want to move that ball. And this is a conversation that I was having with someone. If Jamie Overton can make it look like he's swinging the ball so much, Akash Deep and Mohammad Siraj will come in and
Even a Prasidh
unwind.
Krishna.
Even a Prasidh Krishna
Even
will
a Prasidh
unwind this
Krishna.
batting line.
Look, I think a 275
Yeah.
is a first class score.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, and India is at 204, right?
We said
204.
3:50 in the morning, but now
No.
looking at the conditions-
If you see the way the old ball, and every time we have seen in this series, after 25 overs, nothing. After 30 overs, absolutely
Aaj
nothing.
mil raha hai.
This ball continuously, right through, kept moving. Atkinson was moving it, Overton was moving it, Woakes was moving it.
everyone
What was that
was
other fellow?
Stumps.
He bowled 2 good balls and 2 balls, 2 wickets, online,
Sai
gone.
Sudarshan
And Ravindra Jadeja. And that
Similar
shade,
deliveries.
spot on. He pitched on middle,
Yeah.
held its line,
Same
moved off.
delivery.
Brilliant. And
Good
that's,
balls, you give him
of
credit for
course,
that.
those 2 were champion balls. But the point with this England side is, at least today, You did not bowl that many number of good balls.
Yeah.
You won the toss, you had the conditions, you were able to exploit the conditions. India gave in wickets. Shubman Gill was a gift, absolute gift. KL Rahul was a false shot. India lost two of its major batters to poor judgment. Run out.
Yashasvi.
Chalo, फिर भी, I mean, तुम्हारा KL Rahul and Shubman Gill on
वो तो-
these conditions are your top batters.
Yeah.
KL too close to the body to cut, wicket gone. Shubman absolutely gone. The rest of the ones, you and Dhruv Jurel, what the hell? I mean, you have batted reasonably well for your
Yeah.
19. You have gotten yourself in. That ball was a nothing ball. You just, from where on earth you decided to chase that and you played that to slip to Harry Brook. That was an absolute pathetic shot from Dhruv Jurel.
And you know what happened? Because right in the delivery before that, there was that
Yeah, that-
scare that Dhruv Jurel had, and I think that was the lapse in concentration from Dhruv Jurel, because he had no business playing that shot. He had no business playing that shot. And what I thought was, must have happened in Dhruv Jurel's mind, I'm just trying to speculate here, is the fact that because he left that delivery and it was so close, he must have thought ki isko nahi chhodna chahiye, and he tried to play it, but again, it was a misjudgment.
Away from the body,
Yeah, away
no
from
need
the
of
body,
playing.
yeah.
But let's focus one by one. What will this mean for Karun Nair? Yes, there were false shots.
Yes.
Like, for example, that outside off waft. Multiple times before he got to the 50, I thought he was getting restless.
Yes.
That short run had that. And by the way, the difference between Ben Stokes as captain and Ollie Pope as captain, chalk and cheese. Had it been Ben Stokes as captain there is no way Karun Nair gets that single. That single, he would have got the field in, he would have choked Karun Nair, induced a shot. Brilliant captaincy. And Ollie Pope there, I thought, struggled as a captain. Ben Stokes and Ollie Pope, chalk and cheese as captaincy.
Of course. I mean, Ollie Pope is what, 27?
Yeah, but look, the intensity, I mean, the field should have been brought in when Nair was on 48.
See, you say that about Shubman Gill as well, because he will learn on the job. Ollie Pope will also learn on the job.
Yes, but you must understand that Nair was your last batter.
Yeah.
Nair is your last batter. The fact of the matter is that once Nair is there, and he was kind of getting a little restless, Nair.
Yeah.
He was getting a little restless, 48, 49. All of a sudden, if you can get Nair choked, you can induce that false shot. There was an opportunity. Unfortunately, England did not make use of that.
There was a little period of time when Jamie Overton and Josh Dunn was bowling from the other end. Jamie Overton was bowling from the press box end. And about half an hour back, when Karun Nair looked like he was struggling, he was really struggling.
He was.
And you know what? I said out loud, Karun is very close to giving away his wicket right now because of the way that he's struggling. And most of the times when I say that, it actually happened. But Karun Nair held on.
That I didn't say. That I didn't say.
I am saying.
But I agree, at a point Karun was actually not there. Because, and by the way, he was feeling and I think he was looking at that 50. The moment he crossed that 35, 40-ish, he was looking at that 50.
40s.
Yes, because that 50 means the world to him. And now, with that old ball, still 16 overs old, England down Chris Wokes, Karun Nair should fancy a bigger one. He should fancy an 80, 90, 100. Because a Washington Sundar is as good a batter as anyone. He's fresh from 100. He did not look perturbed at all.
No.
Not at all. A Washington Sundar.
And some of the drives that he's played. Karun Nair also one beautiful cover drive from him.
And one straight drive also.
Yes.
Good shot. But now in the last 16 overs of this old ball tomorrow morning, the weather is supposed to stay good. On a wicket where the old ball, India should fancy 275. 75 with England a bowler down and a batter down. Chris Wokes perhaps will not have any more role to play in this game. India should fancy their chances in this match. I thought the last hour, all of a sudden, from 150 odd for 6 to 204 for 6, changed everything. Changed everything.
We have two super chats
Yellow.
here.
I thought there was some blue one. Yeah.
There are more.
Well done for your comments. We watch you.
Thank you.
This position is good. Nair goes and gets it.
That's exactly what we are saying. 16 overs still to go with the old ball. England a bowler down. You should use that and get to 275. I think that's possible.
I read your book as well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much, buddy.
Okay. Swapnil host, एक super chat है sent from Sunila. Can you flash that on the screen? I've lost it here.
ये क्या है? ये ले लीजिए.
हाँ,
अच्छा, ओके, दूसरा वाला.
पहले वो ले लेते हैं. इसका अभी भी टाइम है. वो चला जाएगा नहीं. Swapnil.
ये क्या हो रहा है?
पता नहीं. I don't know what's going on. Is it being flashed on the
Sunila, just send it once more, please, and we'll take it.
normal comment भेज दो, मैं ले लूंगी. Okay, Abhishek Bhattacharjee is saying, I feel 260, 270 will be a good total.
It is a good total on this wicket. I mean, all day the ball moved. The ball moved. The ball was there was genuine swing. Absolutely. I thought the last hour changed everything. So absolutely, that the ball moved all day, and on a wicket where there is assistance and the greenish nature, the wicket will quicken up a bit, according to me. So India will also fancy their chances with the ball. So whose super chat was that? I thought whoever asked that question about 260, 270 makes a very pertinent point. That's a very good point. Abhishek Bhattacharya.
Bhattacharjee.
Abhishek Bhattacharjee, you make a good point.
Pankaj Agarwal is saying, I told that Karun will score daddy 100. बाप रे.
भाई पहले 100 होने दो, फिर डैडी 100 के बारे में बात करना.
10 रन करके पहले 60, अब 60 पे देखेंगे, फिर 70, फिर 80, फिर 90, फिर 100. Gill, Rick Ghosh is saying, Gill must surely be lost in torment, grappling with the weight of his own actions. What wretched folly has he wrought?
He will be upset for sure. I mean, make no mistake, he will be upset for sure that complete mad moment of brain fade where you lose your wicket when you are looking so good, you hit 4 boundaries, you're batting beautifully, all of a sudden you give that up for no reason. Shubman Gill will feel the pangs of this dismissal.
Yeah.
And I've said this multiple times, I'm saying it again. This series might just go down unless India pulls this off. Again, you see that fight back. And now when you look back in hindsight, that Karun Nair call is a call that paying you dividends. That 8th wicket partnership is what is bringing you back in the game.
I kept saying that for the past 2 days, that if you're going to give 11 overs to Shardul Thakur, out of 100 plus, play Karun Nair. And someone here is saying, why did Washington Sundar not come up the order? Why do you want Washington Sundar to come up the order?
In whose position? You can say in Dhruv Jurel's position. That's the only one I can buy. But otherwise, क्यों? I mean, क्यों? Washington Sundar, Dhruv Jurel के जगह आप बोल सकते हो कि he is fresh from 100. आप Washington Sundar को Dhruv Jurel के ऊपर आपको खिलाना चाहिए था. I buy that. But Jadeja, no. Karun Nair, specialist batter, no. So where? So number 7, I agree that you want to get Washington Sundar up to number 7. Fair point. But other than that, I don't see there is any problem with this batting order.
The 2 common batting positions that people on the internet or social media have been talking about is, why not Washington Sundar at number 3, which makes no sense, and Washington Sundar at number 5.
भाई आप नंबर 5 में आपके पास एक स्पेशलिस्ट बैटर खिला रहे हो. आप करुण नायर को आप स्पेशलिस्ट बैटर खिला रहे हो. Why is it so you want to play Karun Nair at number 8, 7? What?
I buy the point that you want to play Washington Sundar up the order at number 5. Karun Nair will be counterproductive anything below number 5.
नहीं होता.
खेल ही नहीं पाएगा.
Washington Sundar, except that last innings, has forever batted at 7 and 8 and has contributed at 7 and 8. All of a sudden, you are telling a full-on batter that, you know what, you go bat 7 and an all-rounder who will, because he's got 100, will bat above you. ऐसे नहीं होता है. I don't see, as I said, Dhruv Jurel, because he's new, first match, untested. Washington had 100, you could have pushed him up. And because two right-handers were batting at that point in time, I would have understood that you got a Karun Nair and a Washington Sundar right-left. And that combination could have worked for you. In fact, I was hoping that India would do that. But otherwise, except Jurel, I don't see anyone. And by the way, Jurel was looking good, except before that stupid shot. He was looking pretty decent. That shot was not on. The previous ball, as Gargi said, could have destroyed his concentration or could have pushed him a little bit. But I do think Dhruv Jurel has a decent head on his shoulders and was looking quite nice. Yeah, how many times have you seen in a day like this, see 5 of your batters got starts?
Yeah, and none of
14,
them.
21, 19, 38, 10. Rahul 14,
Yeah.
Gill 21, Sai
Sai.
38, Jurel 19, Jadeja 10.
But still, in Sai and Jadeja's case, I would say that they were brilliant
Good
deliveries.
balls.
Good
balls.
deliveries from Josh Tongue, and I don't see Sai Sudarshan having done anything, or even Ravindra Jadeja doing anything differently at that point. I think that was a great delivery to fall at.
I agree with
fall
you.
on.
Because those two balls, and you know
What
the
could they have
problem.
done differently? Is what I'm saying.
No, maybe if you look at the thing closely, Sai maybe in Sai's case because he was in. Jadeja had just
close.
played 13 balls,
Yeah.
so he was still not in. In Sai's case, maybe he could have moved the better way because the ball, or he could have judged it on height and not played it.
But it was still very, very close to the body. I mean, I tried to understand because I saw the multiple replays, and I was trying to think of what Sai Sudarshan could have done. But at
छोड़ना
that
चाहिए
point,
था.
इतना पास
height
था.
height पे जज करके छोड़ दो, but difficult.
हाँ, बहुत
Having
fast था.
said that, और प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है जानते हो? एक बॉलर, ये बहुत पहले से हम लोग बात करते थे इस पे, कि अगर 4 बॉल इरेटिक डालता है और ऑल ऑफ अ सडन एक
अच्छा
ब्रिलियंट
ball
डाल
डाल,
देता है ना,
you
तो
don't
आप
expect
उसको झमेला हो जाता है.
जेमी ओवरटन भी वैसे ही ले गया.
जेमी ओवरटन को विकेट नहीं मिला ना. एटकिंसन को 2, इसको 2,
कुछ
टंग को
अच्छे
2,
थे,
and
but
yeah, and
नहीं जेमी ओवरटन को नहीं मिला है.
no, but your point is taken.
Yeah.
So because he was bowling some erratic balls and one of those deliveries was all of a sudden a jaffer, it is very difficult to deal with that.
Yeah.
Hello,
Oh my God.
how
So
are you?
good.
What are you doing?
We're live.
Live on what?
You have a comment? What's your take on the day?
India should have batted more aggressively in the first innings, in the first 25 overs. Lots of fielders were up. You go for the runs, put it over the slips, put it through the covers. They could have got 80 more runs, I reckon. But it's very, very tight. But it'll be a draw because the English
Draw?
weather's rubbish.
I genuinely got scared. I was looking down at the comments and out of nowhere, hello.
Oh boy.
My God. Okay.
But I don't see weather interruptions, though the gentleman there said English weather is rubbish, which is a fact.
Oh,
with rubbish weather, rubbish food. But I don't see weather interruptions tomorrow or day after. क्या हुआ?
Buddhadev Bandyopadhyay is saying curry without salt is Indian batting without punt.
100% right.
Curry without
100%
spices, I would say.
मैं बार ये बोलता हूँ यार, रेड बॉल क्रिकेट में ऋषभ पंत is your biggest X factor player. There is no question about it. Dhruv Jurel is a good batter. Rishabh Pant is extraordinary, and you don't get a replacement for Rishabh Pant overnight. It is not possible. That man is a gem. He can take the attack away. वो जेकब बेथल को 2 बॉल वहां डाल देता, किसी को डाल देता इधर उधर.
Anyway, Saptarshi Rai Chaudhary has sent us a super chat. He's saying the whole day, tongue bowled left and right. That's why those 2 Jaffas, the batter, yeah, exactly what we said like 2 minutes ago.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on.
अरे मुझे बंगाली में क्यों लिख रहे हो भाई?
क्या हुआ?
शान रॉय ने कुछ तो लिखा है.
কারগিরি স্কট বোলান যা করেছিল এসসিজিতে সেম গাস অ্যাটকিনসন করবে ফার্স্ট ইনিংসে, যা বোলিং করলো সেকেন্ড ইনিংস কিন্তু আরো ভয়ঙ্কর হতে পারে. হি ইজ সেইং হোয়াট স্কট বোলান ডিড এট দি এসসিজি, গাস অ্যাটকিনসন ইজ ডুইং ইট হিয়ার এন্ড ক্যান বি মোর ডেঞ্জারাস ইন দ্য সেকেন্ড ইনিংস. ফার্স্টলি আই ডোন্ট থিঙ্ক গাস অ্যাটকিনসন কামস রিমোটলি ক্লোজ টু স্কট বোলান, number 1. Secondly, without a Chris Woakes, Scott Boland from the other end had a Mitchell Starc, had a Pat Cummins. He had that kind of a bowling attack to back him up. In the second innings, without a Chris Woakes, they will Gus Atkinson will have a Jamie Overton and a Josh Tongue who will spray the ball around everywhere. So the bowling attacks don't even compare, remotely don't compare. So, boss, India has a massive chance in this game, okay? Because England is a bowler down, a man down, and perhaps one of their best bowlers down, Chris Woakes, who was the one who was moving the ball, 4 overs, 5 over spell, and India is under pressure when Woakes comes in to bowl. He'll hold one end up, which will mean the other end will kind of push for wickets. Chris Woakes down is a massive blow, much like India's punt. So India, if they get another 70 runs tomorrow and get to 275, there is every reason to believe it's match on.
So now, with Chris Woakes also injured, does
Ben Stokes change it, his stance, and
that's
say
what
that
I was just about to say. Does now Ben Stokes think that there should be an injury replacement?
I have. What is this? It's a big statement? What is the big statement?
Ryan and Doshkate, big statement on book. अरे बताओ तो क्या big statement है?
What's the statement?
उसने हमको ही छोड़ दिया क्लिप हैंगर पे.
Tell me the statement. Okay, so we will tell you exactly what Ryan said on Jasprit. Let's see if she's tweeted it.
No, I don't think they will.
Yeah. Score was pretty decent. We can push it to 300. It's pretty well.
It's there.
The wicket started a bit slow. It's quite a complex issue with Bumrah. We want to respect his decision and his body conditions. If you look at the loads, he bowled a lot of overs in the series.
Is this the big game?
I told you. Let me give you. I know more than Ryan Tendashkata.
वो आ तो रहा है मैसेज.
नहीं यही है. आप देख लो ना यहाँ से.
हाँ.
So this is the one on Bumrah. It's Ryan Tendashkata on Bumrah. It's
the
quite a
same thing you
complex
said.
issue with Bumrah. We want to respect his decision and his body conditions. If you look at the loads, he bowled a lot of overs in the series. Now let me clarify that for you a little bit if you want to. Jasprit Bumrah after Australia, when it was the 4th test in Australia, when the two of you remember when we went in Melbourne, that is when he started feeling dead tired. He was clinically still okay. He was clinically fit like he is now, but he started feeling dead tired after day 2, day 3. And his body wasn't giving him anymore. And that's when Jasprit Bumrah started sliding down. He kept pushing his body, pushed himself for the 4th test. And you remember when he said, "Aur nahi ho raha hai, thak chuka hu." And then he pushed himself in the first thing in Sydney, and in that first innings in Sydney, half the first innings actually, and he collapsed. So, and thereafter his surgeon, from what I know, the diktat is pretty clear. If it happens one more time, red ball is history.
Done.
One day is history. T20 also problematic. So on the one hand is 4-5 years of cricket, and on the other, can he take the risk and push this one further? Who knows?
Why is Jaiswal getting so many chances? Someone is asking.
I don't see why.
I don't see why he shouldn't
Exactly.
get any
I mean,
chances.
he scored 100 in this series. In the last game, he scored a 50 in trying conditions on day one when England put you in. He did not lose his wicket in the first innings. He restrained himself, got a 58. Where is the problem? And that Jaiswal should not get too many chances. I don't understand. Someone was asking about Woakes. I don't see Woakes playing a part in this game. I absolutely don't see Woakes playing a part in this game.
I am almost sure that his shoulder has been dislocated. I could tell the second it was done, he was on that ground, and his entire shoulder had just dropped. I think he's
Picking and choosing, not the fair statement to put on Bumrah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
exactly
not.
what I explained to you. And by the way, that is why you should watch Rev Sports.
Yeah, he's not picking and choosing. We're not here to attack any player.
No, we are putting out the truth.
Yeah, we are not
We are
here to
giving you
spread
the
false
exact
narratives.
truth about Jasprit Bumrah. I knew yesterday, I told Gargi, I told Trisha, I told Rohan that Jasprit will get a lot of flack.
Yeah. Whatever.
The Jasprit will get a lot of flack, and we will put it out because it was imperative that I put out the whole story, because otherwise a false narrative was being created around Jasprit Bumrah, pick and choose, this, that, whatnot. That is not the case. That is absolutely not the case. Clinically fit, and when you feel your body, if you don't think that you can actually hold up and something might happen like in Australia, is a very different task. I might be clinically fit now, but if I don't feel good when I'm doing a show and I feel exhausted or I'm feeling run down, I should not. I should say, no, you know what, I've got to. You don't want to you don't want to collapse or break down and then pull yourself back. Suppose that happened with Bumrah, what would you say? Why did he play? Why did he not say at one point that, no, I'm not in a position to go for it?
Yeah. एक मिनट. Where are all the cricket questions? यार इतने सारे ये कहाँ से आ गए?
ये क्या होगा? क्या है?
Saikat Sanyal is saying India gives the wicket in good position as a gift to England, except Jaddu and Sai wicket. If Gill didn't do that, doesn't do the silly things, then the scorecard will be different. मतलब बेसिकली ये है कि साई और जडेजा के अलावा every other wicket was a gifted wicket, and if Shubman hadn't done that, at the end of the day, the scorecard would have looked very different.
He's to an extent right with the Gill one,
Yeah.
to an extent right with the Jurel one as well. And he's right with the fact that those two were tremendous deliveries. So that's why. But you know what? When you are playing on a wicket which is as difficult and the ball is continuously moving, there will be a mistake on a relatively not good ball. Because you are playing those good balls and you are always on the lookout कि run आएगा कहाँ से बनेगा. So इसीलिए आपका वो गलती हो जाता है for a relatively not so good ball because you are continuously on the lookout. This is a difficult wicket. This is not Leeds. This is not Manchester. This is not any of the other. This is the most difficult wicket of this series. All day the ball moved, all day. And that's how difficult it was.
Gus Atkinson says that we'll try to wrap Bundle India out under 240. Let's see if that actually happens. That's a realistic. I think that would be if they are able to do that.
2 balls. Akashdeep and this one. This wicket they get. खत्म हो गया. Because Prasidh Krishna Mohammad Siraj वो इस wicket में नहीं टिक पाएंगे. But the problem that Gus Atkinson will face is the old ball. आपके पास 16 ओवर अभी भी करना पड़ेगा आपको with the old ball. I think 63 or 64. इतना ही हुआ है. So 16 overs with that old ball. Move हो रहा है but उतना pace से move नहीं होगा. So the moment it's the old ball with 16 more overs and a Washington Sundar and Karun Nair, they should be able to get that score up to 250 plus. And if they somehow get it to 275, I think it's a good score.
Yeah. We have a super chat and we'll take a couple more and then we can end with that.
Yeah.
Suvakanta Sahu is saying Sai should have batted with a little more intent. Agreed, that's a Jaffa. Had he shown more intent, he might still be out there. You cannot get out after 100 balls. नहीं यार, ball बहुत अच्छा था.
देखिए बॉल तो अच्छा था ही.
उसके खुद के गलती से आउट नहीं हुआ है. That was a very good delivery.
Firstly that. Secondly, number 3 पे इस विकेट पे बैटिंग कर रहे हो. ये जो इंटेंट हम लोग बोलते रहते हैं ना, इंटेंट किसको कहता है? डिफेंड करना को भी इंटेंट कहते हैं. आप लोग कहते हो कि शॉट मारना इंटेंट होता है. इंटेंट नहीं होता है. सचिन तेंदुलकर से जाके पूछो, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. That when you defend in difficult conditions, उसको भी आप इंटेंट कहते हो. And then when the sun is out, Sai actually blunted that new ball. जायसवाल पहले आउट हो गया था. आप अगर सोचोगे, Sai is the one who blunted and उल्टा तरफ विकेट जा रहा है. आपका कैप्टन रन आउट हो रहा है. आपका राहुल एक फॉल शॉट खेल के आउट हो गया. तो कहां से इंटेंट लाएगा? आउट हो जाता क्या? वो 120 बॉल खेल के गया. जहां पे उसने रन बनाने का कोशिश किया, रन बना. और जो बॉल में उसने आउट हुआ, उस बॉल में कोई भी नहीं बैटिंग कर सकता. वो कोई भी whoever it was, उस बॉल में विकेट जा सकता था.
बिल्कुल. बोरियादा एंड गार्गी मैम, टेल मी द ट्रूथ. ये तो आईपीएल क्वेश्चन है लेकिन ठीक है.
क्या है?
केएल राहुल केकेआर ट्रेड, टीओआई.
No idea. I honestly I'm not even putting my mind into that at all.
Exactly. We're not talking about IPL.
No.
क्या चल रहा है और आप लोग आईपीएल की बात कर रहे हो?
And देखो honestly, I mean I am not putting my mind to that at this point in time. हाँ, जो खबर आ जाता है, for example the Bharat Arun news I had, मैंने बोल दिया था. But to go and figure out the IPL news at this point in time, 6 तारीख के बाद पूछना, बता देंगे.
Okay, Fitmonk will take the last question.
Yeah.
And then this one. Akashdeep needs to chip in and must give us a cameo of 30-40 runs like Cast does for England. 100%.
30-40 runs on this wicket is gold. 30-40 ऐसे नहीं बनता है.
कर दिया ना.
15-20 भी हो जाता है तो बहुत है. 15-20 भी हो जाता है. And by the way, put a price on your wicket like you did at Lords. वैसे आके फट करके मारने का कोशिश मत करो. Because उल्टा तरफ either Washington और करुण एक भी तो रहेगा. So उसको बैटिंग करने दो. Don't just come and hit the ball and get out when you have a batter at the other end.
एजबास्टन में भी आके आपने खराब शॉट खेल के विकेट दिया था अपना. Let's not do that. Let's try to do what you did back at Lords.
And in Brisbane.
Shubham.
And in Brisbane.
Yes, 100%. That partnership with Bumrah was gold.
So कैसे हुआ पार्टनरशिप? आपने डिफेंड किया ना. आपने पहले बॉल से आके मारना थोड़ी चालू कर दिया.
Okay, final super chat here from Shubham Dalmia. In my opinion, India is also a seamer shot.
India is a seamer shot. No, I don't think so. Because आपके पास जो fourth seamer option था शार्दुल ठाकुर, वो आप नहीं खिलाते. India has 5 bowling options, by the way, and I'll tell you why. Because England का क्या है? England का it's Chris Woakes is their best bowler. India is playing Siraj and Akashdeep, who in the absence of Bumrah are the 2 guys who won you Edgbaston and are your best bowlers. Okay. Now the point here is, when you are saying a bowler shot, England's 2 spinners, Bethel and Root, will not be able to give you control. Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja will be able to give you control, so they are better. Plus India will bowl 4th on this wicket. So if India somehow gets to 275, I think India is big time into this game. 275 on this wicket is 400 on any other wicket.
Okay. All right.
ये क्या कर रहे हो?
मैं वो देख रही थी अच्छा चलो. I think we should end the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me check if there are any super chat. Doesn't seem like it. All
What
right.
is the score? Safe score. I said 275 is a good score. Safe score to 300 plus hai. If you can get to 300, then it's brilliant. But
half
300
minute
is a million miles away. I would say go 25 runs, get to that new ball. If you are able to survive the 16 overs, means you have added 50 runs. If you have added 50 runs, you're close to 260. Then anything can happen. So again, back to the basics. First half an hour, first 1 hour. First 1 hour means the second new ball is close. Take it progressively like that. Don't jump the gun and say I have to get to 300. This is a close game. Don't rule it out.
All right. On that note, we'll take your leave. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a weather update, and we'll try to decipher what the Met app says and what will actually happen. But let's see what happens with that. We'll also be back with our 12 p.m. show.
12 noon.
12 noon. Yeah, 12 p.m.
Yeah.
We'll game plan.
India's game plan for day 2. We will try and decode that for you at 12 noon.
All right. On that note, thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back very soon.